Hey guys, it's Bear. How many of you after Easter have 3 or 4 million of these things hanging around your house? Okay. I was cleaning up the other day and I found a whole bag of these things. And I thought to myself, that would be a neat camping hack. Hang on, give me just a minute and we'll get right back and I'll give you this camping hack and I think you'll like it, okay? See you in a second. All right, let's look at this. This is a fairly large Easter egg, okay? And like I said, there are hundreds of these things all over my house. And I was cleaning up the other day and I came across a bag of them. And I thought to myself, this is a really cool camping hack. Now you may be sitting there saying, what in heaven's name are you talking about, Bear? Glad you asked. Have you ever been in the woods? Have you ever been camping, on a trip, whatever, pick it. And you look down and you realize that you have an offending toenail that's cut a hole in your sock. There's your darning kit. Okay? Now, I'm going to modify this. If you take this and you break it open, look what's inside. A spool of thread and a needle. Now, for those of you who have never seen a darning egg or heard of a darning egg, they're a very handy piece of equipment. You don't see a lot of them anymore because folks don't darn their socks like they used to. Mrs. Bear gets on me for darning my socks when they're so cheap at the store. But I can't help it. I was a bachelor too long. Just goes with the territory. But if you take this and you drop it down into the toe of the sock, what you're going to do is you're going to open up that hole on the top of the egg. Then you take your needle and your thread and you sew it up. When I get home, I'll tack on an actual demonstration of how to use it, okay? But I was sitting there thinking to myself, this is really too big, okay? So, I decided to go with Plan B, okay? You can see by comparison the difference in the two eggs, okay? This is a little bit big and it's truthfully kind of flimsy, okay? Will it work? Yes, I've used it. It will work. This is a little bit better option. Now, you can see this won't fit. However, they do make smaller versions of this that will fit in here. So, what I'm going to do is make a trip to the store, get one of the smaller spools of thread, and put a needle in it, and we're going to call it a sewing kit, okay? And you use this one exactly the same way as you use the Big Brother, okay? You drop it down into the sock and push it all the way to the toe. And then what it'll do is it will expand the hole in the toe of the sock out. And you take your needle and your thread, like I said, you sew the hole up, tie the thread off, and you're done. By utilizing one of these, you won't be caught in the woods with a blowout. Okay? There's nothing worse than trying to walk through the woods or walk around camp with a blown out sock. Can I get an amen? But I thought you might like this simple hack, okay? And I'm definitely gonna, I've already made this one up, and I may keep it in my kit, in my haversack, my official Blackie Thomas haversack. It's good. It would be good for larger jobs. If I wanted to go smaller, more compact, this is going to be my best option, okay? But I am sure if you have kids in your life, be they yours, be they grandkids, be they neighbors' kids, around Easter time and after Easter time, you probably got 200 or 300 of these things laying around somewhere, okay? Recycle them, put them to good use. But anyway, on that note, I hope you've enjoyed this little hack, this little camping hack. And go down there to the bottom, hit that like button, hit that subscribe bell, and come on back to Bears Old Ways. Always love to see you. Drop me a comment, okay? Always love to hear from you. And with that, I'll see you down the road.